I have every single standard rank as characters and weapons. Which should I select for free? Rina, if you don't have her Mindscape 1, highly recommend picking up Rina. Her Mindscape 1 is really good. I was tempted to take Nekomata copy because I don't know how to play Rina at all. Pretty much if you know how to play Nicole properly, which is already quite hard, then you know how to play Rina. Rina is basically a quick swap agent. Oops. And like the thing is that Mindscape 1, it makes it super easier for you because it's going to be adding a plus 5.5 seconds if I recall correctly, and this makes like your whole life way easier because instead of just swapping, doing a basic attack and swapping back to the agent that you want to deal damage, Mindscape 1 makes it last for like way longer, and you get like even more penetration if you stick closer to her puppets. The thing around Nicole, for example, is that you always need to keep swapping between your DPS into the support unit over and over again just to keep applying the buffs. Like it's quite time consuming. Some players don't maximize the support buff because of this, because it's always, oh, you're dealing your damage on Miyabi. Let's say for example you're holding your basic attack on Miyabi while you're doing the animation. You swap, for example, for Nicole, you do some basic attacks or even her EX special just to trigger the quick assist back into your DPS. That's how you always keep playing Rina and Nicole. That's the whole idea between quick swap. You keep playing your DPS, you go into your support, apply the buff, go back into DPS, and keep this loop going on. Listen, I know you're super excited for the season 2 of ZZZ 0, but hear me out a little bit. You like saving money, right? Who doesn't like it? That's where LD Shop comes in. LDShop.gg is a top-up platform that offers massive discounts on a lot of different games, including ZZZ 0. And the best part? All you need is your server and the UID and you're good to go. And the top-up process is super easy. All you need to do is select your server, then you type your UID, you pick up what you want to buy and press top up. You're going to get a confirmation detail page. Make sure all your details are correct here, and then you can pay it. Then you go into the game and just wait a little bit. You're going to get your monochrome in a few seconds. It's that fast. There you go. And you know, the first time that you buy one of these monochrome packs, you get double the amount of monochromes. And LD Shop got you covered because buying on the platform triggers the double top-up bonus for you. If you spend more than $80 in a single month, you become a VIP, which gives you a $5 monthly coupon that can be used, for example, to get a free internet membership for you. And if you never use LD Shop, you can register your account using my link, and you're going to get a 15 and a 5% coupon that can save you up to $50. Check the link down in the description and start saving money using LD Shop. Thanks LD Shop for sponsoring this video. Trying to maximize the damage is quite hard because of how fast some of these effects are. For example, if you take a look on Nicole, where's Nicole? Right here. Her buff only lasts for 3.5 seconds. Rina is a little bit different because depending on the skill that you use, the puppets stay for like longer on the field. Because for example, EX special, the puppets are going to do the whole animation of the EX special, which takes like 3 seconds or so. And then they're still going to stay on the field for a while. So yeah, it's quite good. For example, using Rina EX special, you get way more than 3.5 seconds, which is Nicole case. Nicole energy field lasts for like 2 seconds or so. I can't remember how many frames actually it lasts. But like a Mindscape 1's pretty much a must if you don't want, you know, to keep swapping to Rina every 3 or so seconds. Just like Nicole as well. Like Nicole, the thing about Nicole is that at least you get the energy field. It lasts for a while and she gets like a lot of energy. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Better than Rina at Mindscape 0. Especially if you're only using her basic attacks, because unlike Nicole, you don't get access to a lot of energy regeneration on Rina. So if you're still thinking about who you should pick for on the selector, it's like Rina Mindscape 1 is pretty much the best option. If you already have Rina Mindscape 1, then it depends a little bit, but like top priority, Rina Mindscape 1 or Rina herself is pretty good. After this, you could go, for example, for Nekomata Mindscape 1 as well. It's pretty good, especially if you own her signature engine. The thing about Neko, maybe she's actually getting a lot of power because of the new agents that we're getting. We could shift a little bit into a more physical meta, and because of a physical meta, it means that Neko value is going to increase a little bit. So depending on how we approach this next few patches, Nika could be a good option for those players that don't own Nekomata or just own Mindscape Zero Nekomata. It could be a good pick. I don't think Soldier 11 is in a good spot right now, so I wouldn't recommend picking up Soldier 11. Grace also not in a good spot when it comes to anomalies in general, so I wouldn't recommend picking up Grace. Lycan is pretty good. Lycan's really good, especially if you play any ice agent. Lycan is a really good pick. Like, I think that honestly, like, how do I move this? I don't know how to use this. Okay, there we go. How do I deselect stuff? Control Shift A? That's crazy. That's crazy. Who did these keybinds? That's crazy stuff. Let me just delete this. I think Lycan actually takes priority here if you don't own Mindscape Zero, okay? I don't think Lycan Mindscapes are worth it, just so you know. Pretty much it only gives more days, which Lycan Red has like a lot of these. Like more days, this is to give some extra energy, this is so I think 4 is the only one that is okay-ish. No, not even 4. Like, why the hell are you going to use a shield on Lycan? This is so bad. 6 if you want to play DPS Lycan maybe, but yeah, I think that if you don't own Lycan, just go for Mindscape Zero is more than enough. I honestly don't think Rina is good anymore because Nicole exists and is better for attacker. I guess maybe if Nicole is busy. I just made a video a few days ago talking about how penetration is actually better against Miasma. So Rina is kind of getting some value right now. So like Rina is okay-ish. Like Nicole is always going to be better than Rina because Rina gives only what, 30% penetration, and if you take a look on Nicole, it's going to be 40% defense thread. Right, so it always feels that Nicole is going to be better because of course 40 is better than 30. But because of how penetration works against Miasma, Rina kind of takes the better spot right here. But it's like only against Miasma, and it's like Miasma is only going to last for what, 15, 20 seconds? You know, outside of this, Rina is usually going to perform worse than Nicole. Miasma isn't up 100% of the time. It just depends on how Hoyo is going to approach this and how much they are going to abuse. Not to mention that some specific agents, mainly this one, highly benefits from Rina because you can get like really close to 100% penetration. And this is like you're always going to get maximum damage both inside and outside of the Miasma. So it's like really good, for example. But like outside of this really specific agent, because Yanagi has access to what's the name, Fusion Compiler, like there's not other agent that can reach 100% penetration that easily. So like I think that Rina is still like a little bit niche in terms of Yanagi is like the best unit that can make use of Rina. Maybe Grace if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend anyway. Mindscape 1 Rina only gives 30% penetration. No, Mindscape 1 Rina gives up to 39% penetration, which funny enough we actually can't hit 39%. I can't remember how much we actually get on Rina, but it's something like this. Is Fusion Compiler better than Yanagi Sig when running Rina, or just a really good alternative option? I am not so sure. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you're not the first person that asks me this. I still need to run calculations, but honestly I don't know. Like, the jump increase from going from, let's say, 76% penetration to 100% penetration, which Fusion Compiler can make you achieve, is really good. But the thing about Yanagi signature is that it gives something unique. Yanagi signature gives you the disorder. Oh my god, I'm hiding with my face. Okay, this is bad. Yanagi signature gives you the disorder multiplier. It works on her polarity as well. So it's pretty good if you take a look on the Yanagi signature. Like the disorder multiplier is of course the best part on it. I think there's like no other means for you to get disorder multipliers. I mean, Vivian has access to disorder damage increase, right? Yeah, corruption's disorder damage increases. I think that Yanagi signature is still pretty solid, pretty strong because of the disorder multiplier. I just don't know if Fusion Compiler can be better if you're achieving 100% penetration, or if it's better to just stick to 676, as I said, and still run Yanagi Sig. Like, I'm not working on the calculations for a while. I still need to update my calculator for the 2.0. Maybe in the future I'm going to do a video talking about penetration and fusion compiler against the Yanagi signature. Yeah, I love your paint schemes. I mean, this is super scuffed, but I guess it helps both my explanation, both me following the whole thought process, and also explaining to other players. But like, when it comes to selecting units, I would definitely say that Rina Mindscape 1 is pretty a good option. Now you can explain which weapons and shield fields. For weapons, it's actually quite easy because weapons overall, they are not that good. Okay, it's quite easy. Don't pick any of these. Restrained is not worth it, not even for Lycan. Don't do this to yourself. Never pick Restrained. Whipping Cradle is okay-ish. I am not a huge fan of Whipping Cradle actually, but yeah, it works, especially on Rina. You pretty much want on Rina, or you can just run, you know, Fusion Compiler if you don't care for the damage, but still gives energy regeneration. It's pretty good only for Rina. That's the problem. It's pretty much only for Rina. The only other unit that I would maybe use Whipping Cradle is Nicole. That's the problem with Whipping Cradle. Whipping Cradle is like sitting right here, you know, in between, should I pick or not? But I would still say that, I don't know, running Vault's better Nicole than Whipping Cradle. I use Whipping on Sokaku and it works well too. Yes, it's pretty good if you're, you know, trying to maximize your damage on Sokaku. I can agree. Restrained, never pick this one. Please, please don't do this to yourself. Restrained is not worth it. Even on Lycan, please don't do this to yourself, okay? Don't do this to yourself. Never. Okay, so we have Steel Cushion. Steel Cushion, the thing about Steel Cushion is that it's a good crit stick. You need some extra crit rate, then yeah, Steel Cushion is pretty good. The damage is also pretty nice. It works for any agent. The second part of the damage, you see, when you hit the enemy from behind, it doesn't matter if you're dealing physical damage, it doesn't matter if you're dealing electric damage, you're still going to benefit from this damage right here. But this one right here is just physical damage. And the reason why I keep saying about Nekomata Mindscape 1 and the interaction with her signature is because Nekomata Mindscape 1 makes all of your hits be considered back attacks if the enemy is stunned. So Nekomata can pretty much fully benefit from her signature engine if the enemy is stunned. So like, you go for Nekomata Mindscape 1 and you pick up her signature engine, you're always going to have at the very least 45% damage on everything that Nekomata hits on the enemy. So that's why I keep saying that Steel Cushion is a good pick if you plan to play Nekomata and you already have her Mindscape 1. Brimstone is like the MVP. Brimstone is the MVP. It's always pretty much the best option for you to pick, because of how good it is on every single agent. I mean, not every single agent. Maybe, for example, Evelyn's not a really good option with Brimstone, but still. Just go for Brimstone, pick up more copies. If you play any attacker, any unit that use Brimstone, you like using this, Brimstone is the way. Hellfire Gears is also pretty universal. I would say that Hellfire is definitely just as good as Brimstone, but like, the impact still requires you to use the EX special first. So depending on the agent, for example, Lighter, it makes your rotation quite scuffed. The energy regeneration is good if you're not swapping that much to your agent. So Hellfire Gears is a really solid pick. Really solid pick for any stunner. And lastly, we have Fusion Compiler, which is... the problem with Fusion Compiler for me is that every single other anomaly engine feels to give you, like, better value, you know? Fusion Compiler, I only use it on Piper. Like, I would not even use on Grace. Why would I use this on Grace if I can just pick up Time Weaver? Also going to give Electric Anomaly buildup. It's going to give everything that Grace pretty much needs. It even gives some Disorder damage, which, even though Grace is not that good on Disorder damage, you can still benefit from Disorder, you know, if you plan to play Grace. So like, why the hell would I use Fusion Compiler if I could go for Time Weaver? You see? Time Weaver is still a limited weapon, so maybe. Fusion Compiler is good. we just don't have a lot of units, you see. So my priority pretty much is going to be like this. Brimstone is the best one. We have Hellfire as well, especially if you don't own a single copy of Hellfire and you play a lot of stunners. Then we have Fusion, which once again, you don't have a lot of copies. You play especially Piper. I think that Piper, one of the best units for you to use Fusion Compiler. Steel Cushion is okay, because they're like better engines. I personally just recommend going for Heartstring Nocturne. This is the one that I use on every single agent. If I want a crit stick, I just use Heartstring Nocturne. Else, just go for Brimstone. Brimstone's like better because a lot of agents, Harumasa, Juyuan, you can get like a lot of crit stats on their kits. So you just instead stack a lot of attack, you know? So it's like better. So yeah, that's my priority right here. Brimstone is the best one. Hellfire, Fusion Compiler if you play Piper. Steel Cushion, huge maybe, especially if you play maybe Mindscape 1 Nekomata. Whipping Cradle only if you own Rina or you want to play Rina. Outside of this, not that worth it. And Restrained is a never pick this one, okay? Never pick this one. It's not worth it. Okay, let me see what did I just miss here on the chat. I messed it up already. Pick Restraint. No! Why have you... What have you done? Why you did this to yourself? Restraint is like one of the worst options out of all standard engines. It's not worth it. Steel Cushion is better than Brimstone for characters that don't stack or maintain Brim stacks like Soldier Zero, Evelyn, Corin, and Anton. Good for a stat stick. Yeah, I agree. Like as I said, it's good for a crit stick, but I think that like there are better value. There are some other weapons with better value. I think that Corin is pretty good. Corin, I totally agree. It's like really good on Corin. Like she can fully benefit from the physical damage. You just need to, you know, dash behind the enemy, use Corin ultimate, for example, and there you go, boom, huge damage. Hugo actually uses Steel Cushion pretty well. Good. Maybe it's actually better than Fusion Compiler, now that I'm thinking about it. I think that Fusion Compiler is quite niche. It can get like a lot of value if, for example, you're running Rina. You see Fusion Compiler with Rina, but Steel Cushion maybe is actually better than Fusion Compiler. Okay, we swap these two. Okay, we swap these two. What else we have? Fusion Compiler is specifically good for PvP. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Hellfire good, but so is the Rock. So there's already a good alternative. Yeah, exactly. Hellfire is really good, but so is Fossilized Core is also really good. I totally agree. Maybe not on Lycan. Funny enough, Lycan I think is the only unit who actually can't benefit that much from Fossilized Core. And the thing about Lycan is that he gets a lot of days bonus on your core, like 80% increased days. At the end, it's better for you to go for impact buffs, so Hellfire and even Sting Oven provides like better value for Lycan than just stacking more days potential. The Restraint is good for DPS trigger. Yes, you're right. Like it's funny because if you're looking for the damage side, 30% damage on your basic attacks. So like Trigger can fully benefit from it. Restrained is specifically good on Trigger if you don't have a signature. Yeah, exactly. Highly recommend using Restrained on Trigger, like especially if you have like really good discs and you can maximize. I would say that if you have like Soldier Zero and you have good discs on Trigger, go for Restrained. It's pretty good. You're going to get some extra damage on it.